This video is for class 6 mathematics, and today we shall do products and factors from the topic fundamental concepts of algebra. A product is the result of multiplication of two or more constants. It can be two constants like 5 into 5, or it can be 5 into 5 into 5, 5 into 6, or literals, for example 5 into x, 5 into y, or 10 into yz, etc., right? Or both. So it can be between the xx, yy, it can be between two numbers or between one number and one alphabet. For example, 5xy is the product of 5x and y. That means 5xy can be written as 5 multiplied by x and then multiplied by y. Okay, so each constant and each literal multiplied together to form a product is called a factor, right? For example, 5 is a factor of 5xy. Similarly, x is a factor of 5xy and y is also a factor of 5xy. So each one of them are factors. Okay, I hope you understood what factors are. Let us come to the next topic, that is coefficient. Now, with the help of the knowledge of factors and products, we can understand what coefficient is. So, any factor or group of factors, okay, of a given product is known as the coefficient of the remaining factors. So, a coefficient can be any one factor, or it can be a group of factors of what? Of a product of whose? Of the remaining factors. For example, in the product 5axy, suppose this algebraic expression is given to us 5axy. Now, what is the coefficient? Let us try to understand with the help of this example. Suppose I choose 5. So 5 is the coefficient of what are the remaining terms, remaining factors, remaining terms? Axy. So 5 becomes the coefficient of axy, right? Suppose I choose 5x. So if I'm choosing 5x, what are the remaining terms here? A and y. So 5x becomes the coefficient of ay, right? So what is the coefficient of xy, or xy becomes the coefficient of what factor? Okay, let us see. Xy, if I choose xy, what are the remaining terms here? If I choose xy, what are the remaining terms here? The remaining terms will be 5 and a. So xy is the coefficient of 5a, or I can say 5a is the coefficient of xy. We can do the reverse thing also, right? Then we can have, suppose we choose axy, suppose we are choosing axy. So axy becomes the coefficient of what is the remaining term? Only 5, and so on. So if a factor is numerical quantity, if a factor is only numerical quantity, for example here only 5, it is called numerical coefficient, right? But if the coefficient consists of any letters or numbers together, then it becomes literal coefficient. For example, in a product 3xy, if I take only 3 as the coefficient of xy, so 3 is the numerical coefficient of xy, right? Then x is the literal coefficient of 3y, remaining product or the remaining factor is xy. Xy is also a literal coefficient of 3. Okay, now we can take the next one, y. If I take only y becomes also the literal coefficient of 3x. Now if I take 3y, this also becomes the literal coefficient of x. So a literal coefficient can have a number and a letter along with it, or only letter. Okay, with the help of this particular knowledge, let us try to solve few questions from exercise 18b. Coming to exercise 18b and coming to question number 7, right? Write down the coefficient of x in the following monomials. Write down the coefficient of x in the following monomials. Here only x is given. So what should be the factor of x if there is no number given? Let us try to understand this also. So when the coefficient is unity, that is 1, it is usually omitted. That is 1b is written as only b. So what is the coefficient of b? If there is no number, it should be 1. If you don't see any number in front of the alphabet, then there should be 1. Okay, we don't write 1b. rather we write it as b. I hope you understood this now. So let us go back to the question. So coming back to the question, write down the coefficient of x in the following monomials, right? So what is the coefficient of x? It should be 1. If there is no coefficient, write 1. And what is the coefficient of minus x? Minus, there is no number, so minus 1. What is the coefficient of x in minus 3x? It should be minus 3. What is the coefficient of x in minus 5ax? It should be minus 5a. So whatever is remaining, okay, from the product, if I take out x, right, you just have to hide that x. Okay, suppose you hide this x here. So what is the remaining product here? The remaining product is minus 5a. So minus 5a becomes the coefficient, right? So let us go to number 5. What is the coefficient of x in 3 upon 2 xy? Just hide that x. If I just hide that x, what's the remaining thing here? Remaining thing is, sorry, 3 upon 2 y. So 3 upon 2 y is the coefficient of x in this case. Can you guess what is the coefficient of x in this case here? Last one, number 6. It should be a upon y. It should be a upon y. I hope you understood this. Please try to do this in your textbook itself. Okay, if it is untidy, then you can do in your exercise book also. Coming to the next question, which is question number 8. So let us try to solve this question number 8. Write the coefficients of x in minus 3xy square. Let us try to solve this. So the question number 8.1 reads as, write the coefficient of x in, right, x in minus 3 x y square, right? Here I am supposed to find the coefficient of x. So instead of x, whatever terms are remaining, that will be the coefficient of x. So if you hide this x here, what is the remaining term with us? It is 3y square. Hence the coefficient of x will be 3y square. So let us try to solve this. So you can write coefficient of x in minus 3xy square is how much? Minus 3y square, right? So minus 3y square is the answer. That's how we are supposed to do number 8.1. Let us try to do question number 8.2. Question number 8.2. The question reads as, the coefficient of x in, right, x in minus ax, right? So what will be the answer? Coefficient of x is how much? It should be minus a. That's my answer. That's how we are supposed to do number 8.2. Let us go to the next question, which is question number 8.3. 8.3. So the question reads as y in minus y. So the coefficient of y in minus y will be is how much? Minus 1, right? It should be minus 1. So I hope you understood how to do number 3 also, right? Let us try to solve. Let us come to the next question, which is question number 8.4, and the question reads as y in 2 upon ay, right? So what will be the coefficient of y? So coefficient of y is ICIENT. Coefficient of y into upon a, y is 2 upon a. This is how we are supposed to do number 8-4. Now going to the next question, which is question number 8-5. Question number 8-5 reads as xy in minus 2 xyz. Okay, here suppose suppose we scrap out yz, so what will be the remaining thing here? Minus 2z. So coefficient of ICIENT, coefficient of xy is minus 2z, right? So this is how we are supposed to do number 8-5. Let us go to question number 8-6. So going to question number 8-6, again the question reads as ax in minus ax y square, right? So I'm supposed to find the coefficient of x in minus ax y square. So if I scrap this ax out, so the remaining thing will be minus y square. So I can write coefficient of COEFFICIENT, coefficient of ax in minus axy square is minus y square, right? This is how we are supposed to do number 8-6. Going to question number 8-7. The question reads as x square y in minus 3, minus 3 ax square y. So here you can see the coefficient of x square y. So if I scrap this x square y out, the remaining thing will be minus 3a. So I can write coefficient of x square y is minus 3a. So that is my answer, number 8-7. Going to the last question of number 8, which is question number 8. Let me read the question. The question is x y square in the coefficient of xy square in 5a xy square. Okay, 5a xy square. So if we try to take this xy square out, the remaining thing in my hand will be 5a. So I can write coefficient of xy square is 5a. So that's how we are supposed to do question number 8. Now let us go to question number 9. Now coming to question number 9, which reads as state the numerical coefficient, only the number part, numerical coefficient of the following monomials. Okay, so what is the numerical coefficient of 5xy? That is the only number 5, right? The only number 5. So I'm rewriting it. Okay, so the numerical coefficient of 5xy is 5. What is the numerical coefficient of ABC? It should be 1, right? because there is no number, it should be 1. What is the numerical coefficient of 5pqr? It should be only 5, right? So number part, right? What is the numerical coefficient of minus 2x upon y? It should be minus 2. I hope you understood how to do number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let us go to the next number, which is question number 5. What is the numerical coefficient of 2 upon 3 xy square? So it should be 2 upon 3 only. Number 6. What is the numerical coefficient of minus 15xy upon 2z? Obviously it should be minus 15 upon 2. Minus 15 upon 2. Right? What is the numerical coefficient of minus 7x divided by y? Let's try to solve this. Okay, number 7. Okay, going to question number 9, 7. Okay, number 9 and 7. So here we are supposed to find the numerical coefficient of minus 7x divided by y, which can also be written as minus 7x upon y. So what will be the numerical coefficient? So the numerical coefficient will be numerical 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 coefficient coefficient. So the numerical coefficient will be equal to only minus 7, or you can write minus 7 upon 1. It's same thing. That's how we are supposed to do number 9. Now let us try to do the last question for this video, which is question number 9, 8. So going to question number 9, 8. The question reads as minus 3x divided by 2y, right? So this can be written as minus 3x upon 2y. So what should be the numerical coefficient of this fraction? So I can write numerical coefficient numerical numerical coefficient coefficient is numerical coefficient is minus 3 upon 2. So this is my answer here, right? So I hope you have understood number 9 also. Okay, thank you so much.